cumbersome.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. I hope you all are having a lovely day. Hello, Nick. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing great. So we're here to talk about the wonderful MonkeyBread plugin and FileMaker in conjunction. Christian Schmitz is not presenting this topic. We have Nick. We have Nick discussing supercharged imports with the MonkeyBread plugin, which we'll be talking about Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday this week, and Monday and Tuesday next week. Is an ongoing series. Feel free to jump in whenever, though. Uh, Nick always does a pretty good job of recapping and dragging people along. Let's talk about supporting the channel. So, if you'd like to support the channel, we greatly appreciate it. We have our FM Training annual subscription bundles. We have 3 options. All the basically 100 plus hours of video content. All the videos are highly animated. They're very entertaining, I promise. Richard presents most of them. Nick is a presenter in some of them. I think the UI stuff specifically. And then Jacob Taylor does some of the server stuff. There's a couple other scattered people in there. But I promise you'll find a lot of good answers to your FileMaker concerns. If you're looking at this and going, man, this is great, but I actually really enjoy FileMaker, but I don't want to necessarily have the time for or want to code it myself, you can reach out to us at support@rcconsulting.com. We will help you figure that out. The other thing is that you should go download the MonkeyBread plugin. The MonkeyBread plugin is a fantastic plugin. It's got almost 8,000 functions. It is a fantastic piece of work. We're talking about it a lot over this next month because it does a lot for us. I could not develop without it anymore. Most developers that download and install it can't develop without it anymore. It becomes an extremely vital way of development work. And frankly, even outside of all the little developer tricks that Christian gives us, it does a lot for the customers. You can say yes to so many customer inquiries that you could not say yes to previously. We got our first AI integration that we did with the customer a couple months back to work with the MBS plugin. We could not do it with the innate FileMaker tools we had at the time. It's reliable, it does a lot, and it makes your life easier. Go download it, go buy it. There's a free version, but I highly recommend buying it. It is very inexpensive for the amount of stuff it does for you. With that all being said, Nick, what are we doing
Yes.
today?
Okay, today first I'll share my screen. So what you said about the MBS plugin, I think we should at RCC sell like a FileMaker slash MBS plugin bundle because I mean it's almost impossible right now for me to work without it, right? So yesterday I was talking to a friend of mine. He said, "I'm struggling. I'm getting crazy with this path, because you have 2 paths. Path which mean like this, right? The gets this. This is what we call this. The path. So you have the native path and you have the FileMaker path. Right? So you have the FileMaker with slashes and you have the native with backslashes. But backslashes in FileMaker is a nightmare to end because, it's all a nightmare. Well, the MBS plugin solved the problem because MBS plugin used the native path, right? So you don't have to struggle with the FileMaker column / you have none of those things, right? So things like this, but let's have while you were talking about this, Marge, I opened my demo file here, and I want to show you guys what we are going to reproduce, what we're doing, we're going to reproduce during that webinar, right? Why we're there, So we're there to reproduce this. I have a document management, right? Like a regular document management, like you can have. So what we want to do is when you add documents, so you click Add Documents, we have window coming up, right? And then we can select a folder, select files, can be Excel files, PDFs, whatever, okay? So I have folders. I can have 2 folders, right? See? Or I can have a folder within a folder, right? Like this, right? So multiple hierarchy like this, a folder within a folder, or a parent folder, the root of the folder, or files like this, or can be a file within a subfolder in one freaking shot, right? So this is the point. In one selection, in one dialog, right? So, and I can do this, right? Select my items, right? And then I have this progress bar, which actually indicates something, right? Because with FileMaker, you have nothing, no progress bar. You don't know what you're doing, right? You have no idea, right? So, but with MBS, you can build this, and it's not that complicated to build. Of course, like I was highlighting this morning in a meeting, in a company meeting, I will never have used this without the help of ChatGPT. I mean, I will never have digged into this without ChatGPT pretty much doing everything for me. So, because there's too many things, too many parts, right? And most of all, before the support of AI, for example, it was extremely costly to get all of these refinements inside your code, right? It was, like it was costing too much in terms of time, investment. Yes, it's true. When you know how it works, you can replicate. Yeah, it's true. You can when you know how it works, you can replicate it. But I don't even think about it. I just go ChatGPT and say, okay, build me this, and So, and that's why I'm going to continue doing this, right? So to show you how it works, right? So that's why this webinar that we're doing now, it's extremely valuable because it adds to your development a new level. It gets to your development to a next level, right? Level you can convey a sense of, professional. It's pro. He looks pro. He behaves pro. He behaves natural. He behaves natively, like a real app, not like a FileMaker-ish something, right? So it really works well, right? So here I'm importing my files, right? So I know what's going on, and so it does. It brings a sense of quality that we never reach with FileMaker, right? Never at that level. And to be honest, to select in one shot, in one selection in this dialog, that we can select files, folders, and stuff like this, right? That a big deal, right? So now I have it. So they're all there, right? So in one shot. So this is what we're going to replicate here, okay? So yesterday, we left over right here. So let's do this, okay? Oh, yeah, I forgot I need the debugger. So yesterday, we left over there, right? So here, select. I can select this. I will select this, and I will select this, and this, okay? So I have two folders, right? And let's say two files. So I'm importing this. Remember, so I'm calculating how many, I'm calculating here, I'm getting how many, how many files I have, right? 4, which is okay, how many paths, not files. How many paths? I have 4. I select 2 files and 2 folders, right? For MBS, those are paths, okay? Then I bring my path index for my loop, right, to 0 because it's a 0-base indexing system, right? I'm getting the current path of the first of the 4 is this one. I can tell, is this a folder? Yes, it is a folder, right? So now I can get what inside the folder. These are inside the folders. These paths are inside the folder. Then I continue to the next. So now I'm in index 1, which is the second because we start with 0. This is my second path, which is a file, obviously. No, it's a PNG, it's a folder again. So I'm getting the list of paths of that folder, right? I'm adding to the list, right? This was the first folder. This is the second folder, right? This is the second folder. Then I do the third. The third is not a folder, it's a file. So I'm adding this path to my list. I'm piling, right? First path, second path, third path, right? I'm piling, right? And the fourth, it's not a folder, it's a file, a single file. So I can add this, right? Then I exit the loop because I reached more, I reached what's the name? The total selected in path, right? I reached 4. So when you reach 4, that means you're gone. So everything was okay. Everything went okay here, right? So now I have all the path from where to import files. Okay? So the dialog, you select what you want. Then you grab everything from the path, from the selection in the dialog, you get everything inside a variable as a list. Okay? So now I can count. I start my index, but that was the path index starting with 0 because MBS was involved. And here is the file index, and I'm using the get value, which is the FileMaker function. So, and that is a 1-based system index. We start with 1, okay? So I start with 1. That means I get the current file native path, which is this, that the first in my list, is the first, right? Then here, I use another category of MBS plugin function. Here we are in the file dialog categories. Okay, so let me show you this. This is important to understand how MBS works. So here, where is it? Here. This is the file dialog functions. It's all about file dialog. Select item, select folder, select file, reset, open dialog, get window title, get all of those things are from the file dialog section. Okay. Then here, right, we were using the files functions, that the file function, create directory, create bookmark, delete, is the file exist, if, all the things you can use, right? Here I was using file list recursive. That means you go there, you have file lists, you can file list recursive here, right? So I was using this, which pretty much reads inside a folder and subfolder, okay? And now we back on the file categories. You understand? We back there. And here is, I want to, so this is awesome because, for example, this function, you know how hard it is to extract from this, right? Let's say from here, from this, I want the file name. I want to extract license 2. How freaking hard it is to do that. You need to count how many slashes you have, start from the last slash, +1, and then, because you don't want to start here. You want to start here, right? And then count the first dots that look, here you have a function that do that. File name without extension, right? And this is the path, right? If I use the demo like this, if I use the path, this one, right? See? If I change it, blah, like this, I extract, right? And I don't care about the extension, right? So it's file name without extension. Because this is what I want. I want to extract, right? Because I want to put, when I create a new record here, I want the name of the file I'm inserting without the extension. Then I want, Then I want the file extension, right? So I want the file name without extension and the file extension. Without this, get the last dots and position, the position, you have a function that do that. And then I can use the final stage, right? Which is all the containers. Hold on. The container functions. And this container read file, right? So you say, you put the file path, right? You put the file path, So where is located? Well, remember, I have my list of path here, right? So this is the path. I have my currents, right? This is the path. And then that current file native path here, right? License 2, right? This one, license 2. So now, if I execute this, right? I'm reading the PDF. All a second, I'm reading. I open the file. Open the file. I read it. Container read file. I read the file. Boom. Right? Here. Container data. Correct? Right? So the binary of the file is now in memory. Here. Now I must create a new record, set the field title, the extension, and write whatever is in this container data variable, write it inside the container field. Boom. Okay. Hold on the container field. Now, I continue. I do the second one. The second one, right? Continue, boom, 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 boom. New record, set field, set field, set field. Boom, 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 boom. The third one, boom, 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 boom. Set field, set field, set field, right? SVG. Boom, 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 like this. Boom, bum, 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 bum. That invisible file that I need to hide. HTML, PSVG, etc. Right? DS store. So I have all those hidden files that I need to, hide. And I continue. So pretty much this will continue until I reach 12, right? No, more than 16. Okay? Right? So it's the loop that's going to do that. We're going to get all those paths one by one, one by one, one by one, import, insert, insert, insert. Okay? Boom, 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 like this. And when we arrive at the end, boom. Okay? PDF, SVG, text, HTML. Okay. Yesterday, I show you how to hide those invisible files. I don't want to import those invisible files, right? So here, I said 4 plus 1, remember? I want this. I don't know if I still have it. Yeah, here. See? This. I do this. Remove this. Right? So 1 is equal file only plus 4 visible only. So the .ds store, which is an invisible file inside every single folder in a Mac system, it won't be there anymore. Demo. See here, I have .ds store because that's the invisible files. So if I delete all records, right, and I import files, and I do the same selection here, I'm selecting this folder, these two, not these two, this and this, for example, right? Or this, select, boom. And I don't have the DS store files anymore, those invisible, right? I have only visible files in my selection. So do we have no questions? So I don't know if we have a question on YouTube.
Not at the moment. I assume people are following along. If you've got questions or comments or concerns, let me know. Or also let us know that you're alive. It's always good to know that people are there and watching. So
Yeah. So now, this is cool, but now we have to think about the little problem that we can have, okay? Because of course, we can have problems. And so this is the standard insert files, from the thing, right? So now I want to insert files. So let's delete this. So what happens if I do this? I'm selecting my collection 19. Okay? And inside my collection 19, in a subfolder, I'm selecting those two. So now you saw the problem. I select that folder, and within that folder, I mistakenly selected those two as well. Okay? What do you think it will happen? Well, let's find out. I have this one, this one, this one, and this one again. It came twice. It came twice. Because, so you will say, oh, Nick, this is a BS. Okay? Yes, but no, it's not that BS. Okay? So that's a way we can control this. So let's show you what I'm talking about. This system here. So if let's do the same, no? I'm getting that folder and those two files. So I'm selecting three things, right? Total path 3, right? Okay. Now, if I continue, the first path, collection 19, is a folder. So I'm getting everything inside that folder. Including this and this, right? The two SVG files. They are, because they are all part of my collection 19. Now, the second is this file. So my mechanism here says add it. And the third also add it. So at the end, I have this. Everything from the first shot, the folder, plus this, and I have twice. So what what you will have done to avoid this. Let's see if you guys have a brain well connected. Guys? Yeah, they're all dead.
Everyone's
Okay,
dead.
so yeah, they're all dead. They're all dead. It's like the brain is going away. David Angel, yeah, David Angel is typing. Didn't get the connected. Okay, I don't know what I mean. You didn't get the question? If you select the folder and the file will be twice. Yes, because you selected 3 items. I have no way to know that the 2 items you selected were inside, right? So how you fix this? Okay, so nobody has an idea. Okay. I copy the name of, so how I can make sure I have only one of those 2. I have only one of this and one of this, right? Yes, I eliminate the duplicates. So David, how I'm doing this? Haha. Okay. You want to see it? 1, 2, 3, boom. Yeah, Adelaide. So, and you think you are out of the wood, NJ? NJ, do you think you are out of the wood? Yeah, this is your stuff, MonkeyBread. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. So we have the list removed. So we have the MonkeyBread, the list remove, from MonkeyBread. And no, nothing is simple, unfortunately. And that's what FileMaker lost. But this is giving me the opportunity to show you a demo about ChatGPT. Screenshots, drag, give me the script step using MBS boom to flatten this list. Okay, so because I wouldn't have, I would have forgotten about this, right? So, is it going to give me the, I want the XML. Yeah. But I can copy this. So if I do, this, so I can do this, right? Copy this and this, right? So I can flatten the list. So that means everything that is twice, right? It will flatten it. So you will say, okay, Nick, why in the hell? Because you see, it's the same results. It's the same results, right? So, but there's a problem with this. See here, I have twice. If I use this, I have only, but that's a problem. And nobody knows about the problem? Nobody knows? Okay, here's the problem. So let's go there. Let's go to the help and figure out what the problem. The problem of the unique value, I don't even know if they don't even say in the help. See, they hide their they design limitation. You know, there's a design limitation. So if you have more than 100 characters in one value, kaboom, everything collapses. He cannot do the unique value anymore and get you the first only. It breaks. So if this is longer than 100 characters, kaboom, this doesn't work anymore, you know? So if you there and you say, right? So if you're not like a very big FileMaker guru like I am, you never know, you know, that's a problem, right? So that's a limitation on the unique value. It doesn't work with large, you know, yeah, sniffing the real limitation. There's a limitation on the indexing, okay? Yeah, it's about the first, you know, the 100th of each line, okay? So because this is a limitation of the index. Indexing, and you need to know that also, right? That if you have, so if you have for example, a paragraph of text and you index it, don't be afraid that FileMaker is going to index like let's say your 400 page of text, you know, characters. No, it won't. It will index on the first 100, right? So that you must know. But the lists remove duplicate item from MBS, right? Well, it's a true remove, you know, duplicate item. It flatten, right? So that also a good, you know, that's what I'm saying. I tell you, MBS is good for everything, but I will never, ever find out about this without ChatGPT. To be honest, right? I will, because, you know, because of this, you know, you go there and are you going to read all of those? Are you going to read all of this and learn every single of them? Right? Are you going to read all of those? Of course not. Okay? So, so that's why, and ChatGPT say, okay, boom, bam, boom, is gone, is done, right? And if I don't want to, to think about it too much, right? Well, this is my steps. This is my step, right? I need to put in my scripts. Okay. So here, so this is my list of native paths that I'm going to flat. So now that I put this, that means I'm going to explain what I'm doing here, right? Don't worry. But now, if I import this and I say, okay, my collection 19 and this 2, what happened here? Hold on, let me delete all records. Maybe because I have he adds a carriage return, something like this. It's okay. So if I say this one and this one, boom. Yeah, it's okay. It's because I have I need to flatten differently. But it's okay. I have this. I have one of this, second of this, but I don't have two. I don't have two FVG like the others. If I deactivate this, right? And I'm doing this again. Done. I have this one, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? I import twice. But here is because I might hold a second. Why I have this extra line? Oh, hold on. I need to put the script debugger here. I need to put a stop here. I need to put the stop here. Oh, sorry. I put the stop, but I forgot to save the scripts. Okay. So let's do it again. So here, boom, boom. I'm selecting this. Boom, 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 boom. And boom. Why? It's okay. But so it's adding an extra carriage return. It's okay. So here, right? I'm generating this variable list of file native paths. I get it, right? I do a new variable with exactly the same name. I'm taking whatever is already there. I remove duplicate item and I build a new one on top of the one, I replace this list with this variable with a new one with the same name. This is how we do that to avoid having too many versions of the same thing, right? Okay, so do we have other?
Just the comment from David about probably we'll find out when a customer complains.
Yeah, so this file. I have a version because some people says, yeah, but you know, if you don't have MBS, right? So how you can I have one get value list item. I don't remember where is the remove. Yeah. No. Unique value safe long. Okay. So if you want, I can give you this custom function that do that. Right? That remove the so the big issue, because you're not out of the wood if you don't use MBS. Because even if you have a loop, right, you will be screwed, right? If you have slashes and stuff like this, right? So you need to use this code. You need to code the slashes. It's a nightmare, right? So I can give you this custom function if you want, but the best is to use the MBS stuff. You know, that's the best way to do that. Yeah. Okay, so we saw how to how to read, right? How to read the file, the container file, right? And so we have many containers function here, okay? We had the container read file, but also we have the write file, right? So I could write the file, right? So we have the write file, which is to, so to extract the file and read, you know. So we have the read file, you know. So that put the file inside a container, right? So it's very cool. So you can, get many things. So you have a lot of things. This is really cool, by the way. You know. But you have the file size, which is even better. Anyway, we have time to visit all of those things. The next webinar, so tomorrow, right? March?
Yes, we do have the webinar tomorrow and also on Friday.
Yeah. So it's because all of this is cool, right? So tomorrow we are going to do the file, we are going to create the progress bar. Okay. So this, we're going to get the everything about the dialogues, right? When you select something, when you select add, and okay, so why so slow? Okay. Documents. This is a piece of software we use to communicate with the customer. So when you select something, right, and you insert So you have this. Okay? So we're going to learn to do that because this is cool, right? Of course, we are going to learn how to export, right? Because the insert is cool, but exporting in FileMaker, you want to save inside your hard drive something out of FileMaker, and it's not easy at all. And for example, right? Let's say you have this, right? So you can select one, right? And you can save, and you can save as and put the name, right? Or you can edit, select the file you want. Let's say I want those three, and then save the selection, right? And then you have here, and where do you want to save, right? Well, in a new folder, you save. And then you have this wonderful export documents progress bar, right? So, and here I saved twice, right? But it doesn't replace. It doesn't say +1 see? It replace. So there's plenty of things we can do with document management that makes everything cool. Of course, I'm going to show you how we do this. For example, here, select all, deselect all in the menu. If I say this one, the menu is select all. But if I've selected all, it says deselect all. If I deselect one, the menu says select all. So the same Command A, see? And you can say Command A, and here delete selection, or save selection. Command S, you select, right? So all of this makes all the file manipulation extremely native, right? And of course, we're going to learn how this preview works, right? How I can get an HTML to show what it is and know it is not a web viewer. Actually, it's nothing. Actually, it is, you know what that is? Right? It's a rectangle. It's a shape. It's a rectangle. It's this. It's a shape. And MBS is going to use that shape as a frame to display the content of your file. So it is not a web viewer. And this nice, so see, for example, if I resize, see, I resize, boom, it resize. So the, what's the name? See, if I resize the window, and this nice cycling blue thing, this is my bonus. I do it. I do that. Sorry. I do this. Right? This stuff here, this is me. So I'm going to show you how to do all of this. And of course, when you have this, where's the, do I have a zip file here somewhere? I don't have a zip file. Well, I should have one. I don't see it. I have one. I have a zip file. But if I don't have, I will. Let's add a zip file. I might have something here small. Otherwise, this one. Okay. So I'm adding the zip file. Come on. Is it that big? No. Oh. Okay. So I have my zip file. Here. And instead of showing like a stupid icon, it shows you the content of the zip file. Actually, what inside, which makes me the ability to, if I have a zip file in a contained FileMaker, I can search for the file name. And if I search for the let's say for FGF21 protocol, I search for this, I find this record because it's part of this archive. All of this in FileMaker, and all of this thanks to MBS, but this is not a native. This is not native from MBS. This is a Nick Hunter tip for you guys, how to do that. And don't tell me that is not cool. To be honest, Christian might have, he had a let's say, hard time making this, I think, right? Because you get a lot of crashes if you don't know how to do it, right? So you get a lot of crash because there's a lot of things you need to know about, right? So, and to stabilize this, it took me some time, and that's why I'm going to build. So this file, the file I'm building here, right? At the end, you will have a file with all those features: the zip content reader, the progress bar, the selection, the menus, Command S, Command A, right? So, and that makes your file, when your user is using it, feel native, it feel natural, it feel smooth, right? Not like it's a FileMaker stuff, right? It feel like every single app in the market, like for example, when you want to in your any kind of like contact, for example, right? So if you here where you need to edit, right? Right? So you need to edit down, right? So it's the same thing here. You need to edit, right? And then here you can do things, and then you have a menu, select, save, delete, right? So that feels natural. And this is much better than showing a container, right? So of course I cannot right click, right? But who cares about those things, Because, and faster, way faster to display things. And there's things that FileMaker is not capable of displaying. For example, an SVG, I'm not sure that FileMaker can display it. HTML, forget about it. Text, okay. Text. I don't know what else. Do I have of course, Excel and Words documents. Do I have a docx documents? Yeah, maybe this one. Yeah. So let's add this one. Is it big? No. Word documents, right? Do I have the XLSX? But I want a big one with multiple. Uh, uh, no, this one no. With multiple. Um, I don't have it with multiple. Anyway, let's do this one, for example. Let's say add documents and hold a second, where it is. Here. Okay, so this one. Okay, this one. Select. Is it big? No. So this is an Excel file, right? And but if I had multiple books, inside I will be able to navigate here for. But this is, see, this is an Excel file, right? So nice, cool. This preview is good, but to get it working, you need my help, right? So if we don't have any questions?
Not at the moment that I can see. So
Okay. So tomorrow we continue. We do the progress bar, and then we do the preview, and then we do the export. So we have many things to learn about. I understand that it's not easy to write a plugin for FileMaker. It's not. I know the amount of work behind, because you don't have access to the whole FileMaker code. You have backdoors, and you need to use some backdoors. It's like the I don't know if I can find the, yeah. So it's like this, right? It's like this in the movie Matrix, right? This is what you have access when you write a plugin in FileMaker. So you have access to some doors like this, right? But you don't have access to you're not in the city of the machine, right? That at the end in the movie. No, you're there, So when you write a plugin for FileMaker, you're there, So it's not easy at all to write the plugin. Especially when you have to modify the core behavior of FileMaker, right? Like this, for example. Like getting a shape and making it the frame to display something and replicate what container would be, right? So how we do that is, but as I said, I will never have done it without ChatGPT. Impossible. And even okay, I got it to work. It was incredibly unstable. Each time I was doing this, clack, crashed. Each time I was doing this, boom, crashed, right? So to figure out why, well, ChatGPT didn't have. Is my logic, and but Christian maybe we say, oh, why you did that, right? But it's not easy, right? But this is why you come here. You come here because you want to, But the preview, for example, my customer will never have chosen FileMaker if I couldn't have built this, because he said if I cannot read text file, Word file, Excel file in FileMaker, if I have to open them in Excel all the time, I'm staying with Excel, right? So and I said not only you will be able to see the file, you will be able to find in the file, right? To export the file, convert the file within FileMaker. He said if you can do that, I'm signing, and he signed, right? And I could do that because of MBS. Right? So I thought it was a good give back to Christian Smith to do this webinar out of what I've learned thanks to the business I got because of the plugin. Right? Fair enough.
it's a good plan. All right.
See.
Christian's wonderful about adding additions whenever people request them.
So I will be able to say a list of txt and docx like this, right? It will, so I think. So that's cool. I like this, Christian, because why this? Because imagine that I will have I will, tomorrow I'm going to explain that why this is great. Remind me this, why this is great. Because the coverage return is the native separator in FileMaker. Native separator in FileMaker is the coverage return. So value separated by coverage return, this is what FileMaker reads, right? Semicolon or tab separation, comma separation. This is all the type of separation. FileMaker separation is coverage return. So this is great. So see, maybe if you keep watching, maybe you will fix things here, and maybe you will add this circle, because when you load, right? Sometime it could be, it could take time to load the file, and I wanted something to happen, right? During the loading, not just blank, right? So that's why I like this. See? And also when you resize took. Okay, cool. So we have a new version of MBS soon.
Excellent. Cool. I am going to wrap this up because I have to go take a cat to a vet. I know, exciting times for all.
Okay, don't forget to give me the list. I need to see, otherwise your mom is going to crucify me.
Oh, she'll crucify us both. Good one, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Not
Okay.
tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Yeah, tomorrow. Bye.